So first off, I run 2 Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Lady Labyrinth is pretty cool. Both it and the Lovely Labyrinth have a protection. And once per turn, if a Labyrinth card or effect of a normal trap card is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And when a normal trap effect is activated, quick effect, you can set one normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. So essentially, if you just keep activating traps, you're just going to be able to keep setting them directly from your field. So it's just going to keep your plays going. Also run the 2 Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Now this has once per turn, you target one normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster, which usually you're going to have a fiend monster. And if another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, you destroy one card in your opponent's hand, or their field, which is definitely pretty cool. It gives you a little bit of disruption with them. Also run 3 Ariana, the Labyrinth Servant. Now, if this card is a normal special summon, you can add a Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand. And if another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, you can draw one card, then apply this effect. From your hand, either special summon one fiend monster or set one spell trap. Now, the last effect is going to definitely be pretty good combined with the Coup Clock, which I know a lot of people don't really run it. Also run the 1 Ariane. This one, you can send one normal trap from your hand, or that's set on your field to the graveyard to special summon one level 4 lower fiend monster from your deck in defense position, which is definitely really cool. So the really cool part about this is that says just fiend. So you can use it for absolute backjack or just any fiend in general, which is definitely really cool. Now the secondary effect is the exact same as Ariana's. Also run 2 Labyrinth Stovey Turby. All of the I guess object labyrinth monsters, like obviously like these ones are like the female ones, but like this is like an object, it's a stove. All of those ones have pretty cool quick effects. This one, quick effect, sends card from your hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card. Set one labyrinth spell trap from your hand or deck. And if the monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. Also run 2 Chandragalier. This has the same first effect to set a labyrinth spell trap. Although, if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, you can add this card to your hand instead of special summoning. So not quite as good as Stove Turby. Also run 1 Labyrinth Coup Clock. Coup Clock's pretty cool. You can discard this card, and this turn you can activate one normal trap card that was set this turn if you control a Labyrinth monster, which most oftentimes we are going to control a Labyrinth monster. And considering the Ariane and Ariana both have effects when their effect resolved to set one spell trap directly from your deck. That combined with Coup Clock allows you to just activate it immediately. And has additional effects like the Stove Turby and Chandragalier, but combined to where instead of going to the hand and being special summoned, this can be either or. Also run 3 Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Not only will this protect your spells and traps from card effect, but this can also special summon itself, and when it's summoned, you can set one spell trap directly from your deck. Also run 3 Absolute King Backjack. Originally, I actually wasn't planning on running this because I don't really care for Backjack too much, but it works out pretty well in this deck. First, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it's a normal trap, set it to your field. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. And that card can be activated during this turn. Now, if that sounds like a game of chance, well, the secondary effect kind of fixes that. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can look at the top 3 cards of from the top of your deck, and place them on the top of your deck in any order. So what you do is you send this to the graveyard, rearrange the top of your deck. On your opponent's turn, use the effect to draw that one card, place it face down. Moving on to spells, which I don't have many. I run 2 Labyrinth. If you activate a set Welcome to Labyrinth normal trap, you can add this additional effect to that card's effect on resolution, which is to also after that, destroy one card on the field. Now, separate effect, if you activate a non-Labyrinth normal trap, you can special summon one fiend monster from your hand or graveyard, which is definitely pretty cool. Also run 3 Pot of Extravagance because for the most part, your extra deck really isn't too important. You don't really go into that often because you're more or less going to stick with your main deck monsters. But it does come up from time to time, but not enough to where we don't want to run Pot of Extravagance. Moving on to the traps, I run 3 Welcome Labyrinth. Welcome Labyrinth is pretty cool because you can special summon one Labyrinth monster from your deck. Also, until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, you can not special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck except Fiend, which isn't really too much of a downside because we don't really use that much to begin with. It also has a cool additional effect to if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card. So it's through a trap that's just going to keep coming back. Also run 2 Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. Honestly, I'd actually bump this up to 3. I just couldn't find my other copy. If you control a Fiend monster, you target 1 card on the field, destroy it, then you can send 1 Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you can use this to essentially send the Arch or the Absolute King backjack, considering backjack is a Fiend. Next, I run 3 Dogmatic Punishment. Definitely a really good card to have, and you want to run a lot of cards that just remove cards from the field, and Punishment is one of the best at doing it. Also, kind of like Compulsory Evacuation Device and Ice Dragon's Prison. Both of them will do the job. And lastly, I run 3 Infinite Impermanence. Moving on to the extra deck, I run 3 Link Kurubo. That's mainly for the Absolute King backjack. Doesn't really serve any other purpose than to just get a backjack to the graveyard to activate its effect. Also run 1 Apollosa and 1 Access Code. Now I do also run 3 Elder Entity Nitesse. Whenever a test is sent to the graveyard, you're going to target 1 card on the field, destroy it, so it's a good disruption off of the, if it's sent to the graveyard. You're usually going to send it off of the Dogmatic Punishment, so. Also run the 1 Predator Dragon Sepelia, and the 1 Garura, and the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon as Super Poly targets. I definitely would run Super Poly on the side, so that's why I have that there. Also run the 1 Abyss Dweller, really good against tier limits, and several other decks. 1 Hope Harbinger, because the 2 boss monsters are level 8s. Doesn't come up too often, but in the instance that does, this is definitely the card you go for it. As well as the 2 Zeus. I run 2 just in case you banish 1 off of Extravagance. Well, that's it for my Labyrinth deck profile. Let me know, what do you think of Labyrinth? Do you think it's a pretty cool deck? Do you think it's got meta potential? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.